How do you communicate to someone that needs this kind of service but has no knowledge? Do you think using the term designer approach would be useful?
For me, what's important is that you don't have to tell people that that's what you're doing. You don't have to walk into it and be like, we're going to try this design process. It comes from design thinking. You can just do it.
Your website has half a second to make a good first impression, and you only have one shot. How you design has to comply with legal, establish transparency, reinforce your brand identity, and improve engagement rates, starting with your cookie banner. That's right, the first point of contact. Well, you're probably asking, how the hell do you do that? Here's a free checklist to walk you through message clarity, button layout, accessibility, optimization, and a step-by-step breakdown of everything you need to know. I partnered with Usercentrics to help designers understand how privacy-led design is the new standard of building products, especially in a world of new technologies like blockchain, AI, dealing with trillions of consumer data points. It's never been more important. You can download the cookie banner design checklist by scanning that QR code or heading to the comments below. Check their website for more resources. Okay, now back to the conversation.
You can just do it. It's just in the way that you communicate with them, the way you listen to them, the kind of questions that you ask. I ended up doing co-creation with a potential client. We didn't talk about it like that. We were just sitting down with a pencil and paper and like sketching things out. I kind of realized after the fact, like, wow, like that's what we were really doing together. But I think using that language is not always helpful with clients. It's important when you are in a really resource constrained environment, as in like there's one of you, is to think about the clients that are the most likely to convert. So I think you can spend a lot of time going after clients that need a lot more work before you get to the point where it would be possible to make a sale. Maybe take one meeting and then check in every now and again. But if you can find clients that are more qualified, meaning they're much more likely to convert, they understand the need for the product that you're selling or the service that you're selling, you're more likely to kind of have success earlier.
This goes back to one of the points where content is so important for a business, because you want to be building awareness and education around it so they turn into a qualified lead. Because if they're at the beginning and they're still thinking like, why do I need you? Then maybe the content that you create will address that, like basically creating demand versus right at the beginning of the funnel. And analogy, when I fix my mum's iPad or TV, I don't tell her what exactly I'm doing. She doesn't care. Or if I'm on the phone with her and telling her how to fix it, I can't use words that like, hey, can you just close that interface? She'll be like, what are you talking about? Where's the button? Like, they don't care, right? They just want it to get done. If you're the person that could get it done, then that's kind of how you should approach it versus just spitting out jargon, concepts that they are like just not familiar to. By the way, that happens all the time, mum and iPad and TV, so top of mind. Me.
I can just answer like Jeff's question super quick. What invoice payment system do you use? Honestly, like across lots of different things. So I use Stripe sometimes. I've also done B2C stuff as well. And my website's built on Wix, and Wix does a lot of that for you in the kind of back end as well. It can do invoicing and everything. But I also definitely use like good old Microsoft Word for some of my invoices, particularly like when you're really in agency side, consulting side, like you often don't send that many, and they're often for a larger value as well. Something else that's a reality of my business is it's very international. And so I need to have a lot of payment options. And Stripe, like frustratingly, like doesn't always have the space for me to add in all the different payment methods that I need. And so I ended up just doing it in Word, which I know people are going to be like tearing their hair out, like, oh my God, it's so inefficient. But this is business, baby. We just like hack some things together sometimes.
Exactly. Just go with what you know and what works, and don't think about anything else. It's also not about the tools, because so many folks don't get started and struggle to get started because they're like, oh, what accounting software are you using? What project management? It's like, who cares? Just write on a piece of paper, right? Just do a handshake and walk away. I'm using Google Slides and I'm just like exporting it as a PDF. It's like, hey, here you go.
That's the way. I spent so much of my career working in PowerPoint. The things I can do in PowerPoint would like blow most people's mind. Like my first ever prototype, I made it in PowerPoint. You can do anything in there.
Yeah. My first website, I actually designed in Keynote because I was like, Photoshop sucks. Just use what works and don't fuss about the tools.
So when I first started my business, it was...
Want to listen to the full conversation? Click the video on screen now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to join us live. Oh, wait. Okay, fine, you don't have to join us for the live stream, but if you like stuff like this, then click that subscribe button. I'll see you on the inside. Bye!